everyone, welcome to Dada's FoodCrave Kitchen, featuring cooking, beauty, lifestyle and more. Yes, in this video I am going to show you how to make the most delicious fish ball stew. Yes, Thoiu Bullet fish ball stew. If you guys are interested in seeing how I make this delicious, yummy fish ball stew, I'm telling you guys, when you watch this video and you see the ingredients that this one ingredient that I'm going to add on the fish ball, don't come for me, because this is a personal choice. Like I always say, cooking is a form of art. You use your imagination, you use your mind, and you just see what's, it's like you create your own, you know what I mean? So I added this ingredient into the fish ball, and I'm telling you guys, it tastes so good. If you have never tried adding this one ingredient into the fish ball, which you're going to see on the video, I am going to tell you what it is. Please do so. You will tell me again. It just gives it a different, delicious flavor. There's another version of making fish ball, which I am going to come up with in another video. But this one is a fish ball stew, Thoiu Bullet. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned for that video and make sure your notification bell is on so that you'll be able to see or be notified when I upload that video. But this one is strictly fish ball stew that you're going to enjoy with your rice, your white rice or your brown rice. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I make this delicious, yummy fish ball stew, Thoiu Bullet, please stay tuned, and without any further ado, let's get cooking. Alright guys, these are the ingredients you're gonna need to make your fish ball stew. I am using 2 fresh tomatoes. You can use the tomato in the can, the diced tomato, if you can't find any fresh tomatoes. Then I am using half of a bell pepper, 1 red and 1 yellow. Then I'm also gonna add some potatoes in my fish ball stew. It's already peeled and washed. Then I'm adding 4 slices of eggplant, thyme, cabbage, 1½ onion. It doesn't have to necessarily be red and white, as long as it's onion. Then I'm adding 2 habanero pepper, 1 jumbo cube, shrimp jumbo cube, a couple of cloves of garlic, smoked paprika, bay leaf to give the sauce a nice aroma, 1 small can of tomato paste. So those ingredients right there, I'm going to blend them for the sauce. I'm using tilapia fish. You can use any fish you have. Then you need some garlic, 1 handful of parsley, fresh parsley, 1 medium egg, 1 habanero pepper, which is optional, 1 jumbo cube. I'm gonna squeeze half of a lime in my fish ball stew. You can use a whole lime if you want it really tasty. Then I'm gonna use salt to taste, black pepper, 2 slices of bread, 2 to 3 slices of bread. I'm only using 2. This is the secret ingredients I am going to add in my fish ball stew. Like I said, don't come for me. It's a personal choice, but I did not regret it. If you never try adding shrimp in your fish ball stew, do so and let me know. It is so delicious. It just gives the fish ball a really nice, tasty flavor to it. First, what you want to do, you want to soak your bread in water. When I was young in Gambia, my grandmother used to use slices of bread or whatever bread she have, and she would take the brown part of it. Like I said, you can leave the brown part. It don't matter, bread is bread. Just soak it in water. This is pretty much like the old-fashioned way. This is how I was taught, instead of using breadcrumbs. So you just use 2 or 3 slices of bread and soak it in the water. Now you want to make sure you tap dry your fish. Make sure you remove all the excess water from the fish. You can use any fish you have, any fish fillet you have. And then, since I have a good blender, I am going to blend my fish and my 1 cup of fresh shrimp in the blender, and then add the other ingredients. Vice versa, you can add the fresh parsley, the garlic, the habanero pepper, the jimbo in the blender first. Then you add your shrimp and your 1 cup of shrimp and your fish in the blender. But I am blending my fish first. You can do it either way. You can blend your ingredients first and then add the fish, or you can blend your fish then add the ingredients. That is if you have a good blender. Then I added a pinch of salt. Now I'm adding my ingredients, which is the habanero pepper, the garlic, the parsley, and the jimbo, and the black pepper in the fish, and blend it. And then add my soaked bread and the eggs. Make sure you squeeze all the water out from the bread, from the soaked bread, and just add it in the blender. Like I said, you can use 2 to 3 slices depending on the size you're making. Then you're gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon in the fish ball mixture. You can add a whole lemon if you want it really sap. For me, the half lemon was just enough. Once the fish, it's already blended with the fresh shrimp and the rest of the other ingredients. Now we're getting ready to ball up the fish ball, but you're gonna need a little bit, like 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil, and make sure you wash your hands really clean before handling your food. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna use some oil, just tap some and rub it in the palm of your hand. You don't need a lot. This will make sure the fish ball is not sticking to your hands. It will, help it to ball up really easily. So if you don't panic if you see that your fish ball is too mushy, or you think it's mushy. Rubbing the oil in your hand will prevent it from sticking. So now you're just gonna take the amount and how big you want your fish ball to be, and you're just gonna roll it into that shape. So this is how the finished look like after rolling all my fish ball into the shape that I want. Now I'm getting ready to blend my other ingredients to get ready to make my fish ball stew. So I'm gonna blend my fresh tomato, habanero pepper, garlic, jimbo, bell peppers, half of bell peppers, and smoked paprika, salt, and black pepper into the blender. If you don't have fresh tomato, you can use diced canned tomatoes, that's fine. So I'm just simply cutting up the peppers and tomatoes and onions to add it in the blender so that the blending will go smoothly. My blender was full, so I blended few couple stuff and then add the rest of the other onions. Then I added my salt, black pepper, like I said, to your own taste, and the smoked paprika. The smoked paprika, I'm only using like 1 tablespoon. And then when it comes to the salt, you add salt to your own taste, how you want your food to taste. As long as you follow the recipe, you should be fine. When it comes to adding spice, when it comes to adding how spicy you want your food and how salty you want your food, that's when you make that choice and add it to your own taste. Then I added the rest of the other onions in the blender. That's how it looks like. Now in a small pot, this will prevent me from adding too much oil. You want to use a small pot and put some oil in there. It looks like a lot of oil, but it's not a lot of oil. I'm using a small pot so that I don't have to pour too much oil in a larger pot to fry my potatoes and my fish ball. So I'm just using that oil to fry my potatoes and brown it up, and then fry my fish ball to brown it up. I'm not gonna use all that oil to cook my fish ball stew. I'm only gonna use 1 cup of oil to cook my stew. So once my potato is brown, now I'm going to fry my fish ball until it's golden brown, then I take it out. If you use a small pot when it comes to frying, any type of frying that you're doing, it will prevent you from pouring too much oil in a pot. But if you use a larger pot, it will tempt you to put too much oil when it comes to frying. So you can see my fish ball is brown. Now I'm going to use some of that oil, which is good, to fry and make my sauce. It's only like a cup, not even quite. So now I added my blended onions, my blended ingredients. I am going to now add salt, black pepper, bay leaf, and tomato paste, and brown it up until it's caramelized, and then I will add some water. So after adding the tomato paste, the black pepper, and the salt to your taste, and bay leaf, you want to mix it up a little bit and then fry it. Check it 1 or 2 times until it's until it's brown, until your sauce is brown, and caramelize a little bit until the onions are cooked. Then I'm also going to add a pinch of thyme. So once the onion is all cooked and the sauce is brown, some of the water have reduced and the sauce is caramelized, now I am going to add some water. The reason why I'm adding water, is because I am now going to add my vegetables, my cabbage, my eggplant, my potato, and my carrot, which I didn't show in the beginning of the video. I decided to add some carrots. It's a last minute decision. I have some carrots in the fridge. I say, oh, wait a minute, I have some carrots. Let me add some carrots. So you're going to see me add some carrots. And then I'm going to cook the vegetables and the potatoes until they soften a little bit. Come back, check on it, and then I will add my meatballs. So this is the carrot that I'm adding in there, which I didn't mention in the beginning of the video. It's a last minute decision that I made. Once my vegetables are all softened a little bit, now I am going to add my fish ball with my big pepper. We call it tumbal. Yes, we're going to tumbal the pepper. This will help, like for example, you're cooking for somebody who don't like spicy food. It's always good to throw 1 or 2 big habanero pepper in the sauce, or if you feel like the stew is not spicy enough for you, you can always have that option to just squeeze some of the pepper on the side. So now you're gonna taste for salt to make sure everything is going as planned, and voila, cook the sauce until some of the water dried out a little bit, and voila, our fishball stew is ready, guys. If you are new to my channel and this is the first time you are tuning into my channel, I want to thank you for stopping by, and I want to thank all my returning subscribers and all my new subscribers, all my viewers, for constantly watching my video. Before you leave, if you haven't subscribed yet and you like what you see, kindly join Dada's team and hit that subscribe button and your notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I upload a video. So this is how the fishball looks like. You can now enjoy it with your brown rice, your white rice, and I'm gonna show you in a video. I was so hungry. I am gonna show you my plate, how I played it out, and enjoy the fishball stew, and you will see that I add a little bit of my green ranghapisap sauce, which I already have a video on it, and enjoy the fishball. So this is how it looks like. So I was so hungry, I have to do the first taste test. The fishball was so tasty and so juicy, especially adding 1 cup of shrimp in the fishball. So I will see you guys in my next video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye. Don't forget, new upload every Saturday. I always forget to say this. New upload is every Saturday.